The opening segment to Smackdown, I'd say it was good because it did its job, but I would have hoped to see mic time for the other competitors, not just Daniel Bryan, WWE's blind spot Cody Rhodes and Sheamus. I would have maybe liked to see Justin Gabriel, Kane, Sin Cara to actually speak, and who cares about Heath Slater. See, it would be good to give others mic time, just to get them talking, get them hyped up for the pay-per-view. But Sheamus comes out and eventually comes out and he says that he'll win Money in the Bank and he will cash on Orton that very night. And as much as I want the title, take it off Orton, I'm not sure if I want it to be Sheamus to do it. My personal hope is Wade Barrett when he wins, or if he wins Money in the Bank, should I say. Because Sheamus and Orton we've seen before. And as much as Sheamus needs to get his revenge on Orton for getting punted in the head, I still don't think there's enough there for it to be that interesting. I think the surprise win of Money in the Bank could be a better choice than Sheamus. Christian comes out and thanks Sheamus for ripping up the contract last week. Because now Christian's added a new rule to the contract, is if Orton gets DQ'd, the title will be given to Christian. Okay, I really think they're trying to make us think that Christian's going to win this at Money in the Bank, but I don't think he will. I don't think Christian is going to become the World Heavyweight Champion. I think there must have been a reason why they took it off Christian so quick and gave it to Orton. Sadly, I think Christian's only making us feel that he's going to win at Money in the Bank. And then Teddy comes out and announces the main event. It's going to be Sheamus versus Orton in a non-title match. Oh dear. Okay, now we're going to go on to Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase versus Daniel Bryan and Ezekiel Jackson. All we can say about this is, did they really have to give Ted the cover on Ezekiel Jackson? Yes, there are two people who are not in pay-per-view yet, but you're really meant to be giving the hype, the feeling, the push and stuff to the people who are actually going to be in the pay-per-view. Maybe you could have gave Daniel Bryan the pin on Ted, or maybe you could have given the Cody Rhodes the pin on Zeke, not Ted pinning Zeke. That just didn't. It's done more good. It's done good for Ted, but it hasn't done good for the build up to the pay-per-view, which they should be concentrating on when the pay-per-view's coming up next Sunday. That's all I'm saying. And then we get a squash match between Jinder Mahal and Trent Beretta. They're really not wanting to do much with Trent Beretta, are they, WWE? Because basically you just squashed him and that's the end of that. So the winning streak of Jinder Mahal is still going. Then we have a match that, again, it just weren't that interesting. AJ versus Tamina. And the winner is AJ after Tamina misses a dive to the rope where AJ was standing. And then AJ rolls her up for the 1, 2, 3. And I just really don't care. AJ, I don't see her doing that much at the minute. She's new, but she's beaten Tamina, who I think is one of the divas that we want to see do more in the WWE. Maybe go towards the title a bit more, not losing to AJ. Okay, and then next we get a From the Vault. Most of these we would have Daniel complaining about them. But for this one, it was Kane versus Rey Mysterio. And the two things I'm going to say about this is one, you're making Kane, it's all about building up Kane for their pay-per-view, for the following match, and also what I liked about it was Rey lost to a choke slam. Oh, that was a good match. But anyway, yeah, but the following, yes, they had Kane win in that Vault match, but the actual match against Mark Henry, Kane loses by a World's Strongest Slam. Again, I know you're trying to build up Mark Henry, but you could have put Mark Henry against someone else and had Mark Henry squash them. Kane's someone that's going to go into Money in the Bank. So I'm thinking, yes, you made Kane look somewhat strong in that match, but I think Mark Henry versus Kane weren't the best choice for this particular moment in time. Just my thought. And then we have a match that I think was alright. We had Sin Cara with the lights, that his fancy lights he has, versus Tyson Kidd. Even though Tyson Kidd's a from me, he's still a light wrestler. So these two could quickly move around the ring with each other. And yeah, basically we get the moves I thought was Sin Cara's only finisher, the C4 from the top rope, and Sin Cara wins. Not much I can say about that. It's made Sin Cara ready for the pay-per-view now. He's winning matches. He's winning in good ways. So I think Sin Cara is ready for his Money in the Bank match. Backstage, we have a question that I'd like to know what you think. We get Matt Striker asking Theodore Long if Ted Long's intimidated by Mark Henry. And as Ted Long didn't answer, what do you think his answer would be? Is Theodore Long intimidated by Mark Henry? Mark Henry is definitely proven himself as this guy not to mess with, but is the general manager intimidated by him? My thoughts would be yes. Because you would be, because someone's going to get their ass kicked. Oh, no. Okay, we had Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel, I'm not calling them the core anymore, versus the Usos. And this brings me back to the whole building up the hype for the pay-per-view. The wrestlers that are actually involved at the pay-per-view need to be looking good, winning matches, whatever. And you had one of the Usos pinning Justin Gabriel. Justin Gabriel, the one that is to watch out for in the near future, the one that is in Money in the Bank with Heath Slater, but Heath Slater you don't really have to care much about, I don't think, because it's Justin Gabriel that's going to be the rising star, and he got pinned by an Uso. Woo! Yeah, going past that, thanks for that, WWE. Oh, another moment. Johnny Curtis reminds us that he still hasn't made his SmackDown debut. Who cares? And okay, he makes a joke. When he comes to SmackDown, he's gonna take the cake. Yeah, someone's trying to make some John Cena jokes, but they don't work, just like John Cena's don't. So I don't really care about Johnny Curtis. Johnny Curtis, make your debut match and shut the hell up, please. Okay, on to the main event. Orton versus Sheamus. It was a good match. You had Sheamus looking dominant throughout the match. And just when Orton starts to look like he's going to win, and as he starts to dominate, Christian comes in and hits Orton. So Sheamus wins by DQ. Orton wins by DQ, sorry. And then Sheamus broke Christian and Randy Orton RKO's Sheamus. So yes, we have Orton finishing off SmackDown. Yeah, again, I understand why Christian had to get involved. And I get why Sheamus had to attack him, but it's just making me think, what's going to happen next? Is it going to lead to Orton versus Sheamus? Or is it going to lead to, when Orton wins at Money in the Bank, is it going to lead to Christian versus Sheamus? And the winner of the Money in the Bank, hopefully Wade Barrett, versus Orton. Just an interesting thought there. Okay, and before I finish this video review, I want to say the video packages that were shown in this, the hype up for Money in the Bank, Sin Cara's video, Mark Henry's video, they were all good. I like this kind of stuff. It's needed. It needs to give you like background information on the wrestler. It needs to show their good moments to make them look good leading into a pay-per-view. And it needs to really hype them up, bring them up to look good. So keep them going, WWE. Good job. Okay, and guys, that is... I'll quickly grade it because Dan normally does, and it's just a good idea too. SmackDown has room for improvements this week, and I can't say I've really enjoyed SmackDown because, as you've just seen, I named a lot of points that could be improved. So I'm going to give it a C. A C, yeah. I was trying to decide C plus or C minus, but nah. Again, all it's really done is given some wrestlers the hype, like Sin Cara. It gave. Is that it? Oh dear. That's it. And I think early in the night we announced Mark Henry versus Big Show at the pay-per-view. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he did. And okay, I guess that's hyped up too. But anyway, here I'm going on with stuff that is going to probably be built up next week, the last week before the pay-per-view. So I'm going to leave it with this. What did you guys think of SmackDown? Leave your comment in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.